Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for SAT. We have been solving SAT grammar questions out of this book here, the official SAT study guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problems that we are about to solve are the ones that you will find on page number 531. Please turn to it, page 531, and today is our lesson number 11. I almost said SAT math problems because just a few days ago I finished taping all the math questions in this book. This book contains 10 exams and we have solved every single math problems out of all the 10 exams. There are 150 videos that you will find at my channel. If you need help with any of the problems, any of the math questions, just look for it by the page number and you will find it. These grammar questions that we are about to do, there are 11 of them, which means that the first 4 that you see on the first page, on page 531, they are easy questions. As you turn the page, on the next page, on page 532, the problems that you see in the first column on the left hand side, they are medium questions. In the right hand column, 9, 10, and 11 to the hard questions. Let's get going. Number 1. Norman Rockwell was an illustrator and a painter that was able to make, we are told, a living at it. And this entire sentence is underlined. The whole thing, the whole bloody thing is underlined, which means we have to work on this sentence, try to somehow improve it, because as you can see, the sentence as it stands, Norman Rockwell was an illustrator and a painter that was able to make a living at it, is a bit too verbose. It's too verbose. It's too wordy. Let's try to put this try to put this idea in a more concise manner, shall we? How about Norman Rockwell was able to make a living. They told that he was able to make a living. He was able to make a living right here. How about he was able to make a living as an illustrator and a painter. There you go. There you go. Now it's fixed. And of course we wouldn't start our sentence out by he, we have to say Norman Rockwell. Norman Rockwell was able to make a living. We don't need to add it, you see. We're making it more concise. He was able to make a living as a painter and illustrator. That's it, we're done. Okay, at this point, I forgot to mention it again one more time. At this point, your answer should have been covered. You cover your answer choices with one hand, have your pencil ready in the other hand. The answer choices up until this point should have been covered. At this point, lift your hand, look at all the answer choices and find the one that comes closest to what we just said. And there is no point in reading A. Answer choice A just repeats the whole thing. B says Norman Rockwell was able to make a living as an illustrator. What do you know? As an illustrator and a painter. It's the exact same thing. This is B. It's the exact same thing. This is B states this thing verbatim. What does verbatim mean? V-E-R-B-A-T-I-M. Verbatim. Verbatim means to state something word for word. Exactly. Did we learn the word verbatim? I'm looking at my list here. Trying to find here. Verbatim. No, apparently we have not learned this word in our vocabulary lessons. But that's what it means. Verbatim means word for word. This is answer choice B. Verbatim. The word verbose we did learn. I'm looking at the words beginning with the letter V, obviously, and we did learn the word verbose on day number 16. Just type in SAT vocabulary words, day 16, and you will learn the word verbose. And the noun form of the word verbose. If somebody is being verbose, that person is said to have verbosity. Number 2. Number 2. Because of repeatedly asking in vain, because of repeatedly asking in vain for a comprehensive healthcare plan, the employees did this, and this. That's your sentence. No need to read the rest of the sentence. You shouldn't waste your time reading the parts that are not juicy bits. As I always said to you, if you've been watching my videos from day number 1, in the first 10 days, as I always reminded you, learn how to concentrate on the juicy bits and leave out the boring bits. This is it. This is the juicy bits. As far as we are concerned, this is the sentence, because the rest of the stuff is not underlined. The only part that is underlined, it goes up to here. Because of 4a, it goes up to here. So this is how the sentence reads: because of repeatedly asking in vain for a comprehensive healthcare plan, the employees did this, and this. Let's work on it, shall we? Let's work on it. The problem with this sentence is that you must try your very best, as much as you can, not to start out your sentence with the word because. It's not a good idea. It's not good writing. It is considered poor writing. Instead of saying because, let's say, after having asked. How about that? After having asked repeatedly in vain for a comprehensive healthcare plan, there you go. The employees did this, and this. The correct answer, whatever it is, has to start out with not because, but after having asked. Let's see what we can do. Now lift your hand and look at all the answer choices. And as you do that, we see that here we got lucky, as a matter of fact, here, because the only answer choice that begins with after having asked is answer choice B. Let's see what B says. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that B is the correct answer. Do you understand? I'm not suggesting that, but it's a good sign. It's a good sign that it begins the way we wanted it to begin. After having asked in vain. After having asked. Well, there we go. After having asked in vain. After repeatedly having asked. So they put the word repeatedly here. After repeatedly having asked in vain for a comprehensive healthcare plan, the employees did this, and this. It's basically the same thing. The answer is B. Let's move on to the next one. Number 3. Number 3. In the tennis match, or better yet, in the match, Higgins took advantage of Williams' error and tied the score. Now, had that been the end of the sentence, this sentence would have been fine the way it is, which is why nothing is underlined there, because it's fine. In the match, it says, the sentence reads like this. It says, in the match, Higgins took advantage of Williams' error and tied the score. Higgins took advantage of Williams' error and tied the score. Let's see what they say. They go on to say something else. And tied the score. However, William fought back to take the lead again. However, William fought back to take the lead again. What's wrong with this phrase? However, William fought back and took the lead again. What's wrong with it? The answer is, there is nothing wrong with it. This sentence is fine the way it is. How does one improve this sentence? Answer is, one does not. It is a beautifully written sentence. It doesn't need any improving. It reads, in the match, Higgins took advantage of Williams' error to take the lead. However, they go on to say, however, William fought back to take the lead again. It's fine. The answer is A. The answer is A. Number 4. You don't want to make too much fuss about it because it is after all an easy question. These are all level 1 questions, so I don't want to make too much fuss about it. Otherwise, there is a good chance that I will bore the pants off you. I don't want to do that. Number 4. Nursing and physical therapy. Nursing and physical therapy, we are told, are an example. Oh, there you go. It doesn't matter what it goes on to say. The problem is pretty glaring actually. Problem is pretty glaring. Problem is pretty obvious. It's nursing and physical therapy. These are two things. 1 and 2. Two things. Nursing and physical therapy are cannot be an example. It's are examples. Nursing and physical therapy are examples of something, 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 something. That's our sentence. And that will be, so it has to be are examples. And that's what B says. B says are examples. And now let's read the rest of it to make sure it's consistent. Are examples of healthcare fields that, which is fine. C goes on to say, C does start out with are examples, but instead of saying are examples of, it says are examples where. C does not work. C does not work. The answer is B. That's it. That was the end of it. I will see you tomorrow, where we'll continue our journey to the next page. Alright? Bye now.